for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are underway. No, he's just misjudged that one. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? It's a really well-measured ball. Lookman has it in a wide position. And it's Conte. Picked out brilliantly. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Eintracht Frankfurt with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Achiampong. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. Lincoln. Looking for options for movement. Lincoln picks it up out wide. João Mario. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lookman is onto it in a flash. Rummenigge. Tubil cuts it out.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Chooses to go cross-field. Looking for the far post, and he was alert to it. He's looking wide. Can he finish? Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. The less said about that pass, the better. Lincoln. That could spell trouble.
Eintracht Frankfurt have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Lookman finding himself in space. Out of play for a throw. And he's had it nicked away. Foyt. "30 minutes gone." Rummenigge is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Rummenigge has it out wide and in space. Now it's Rafa Silva. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's a promising position. Could be danger here. Rummenigge. And this is Kante. João Cancelo. Well, that pass isn't the best. Rummenigge. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Rafa Silva. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Lookman knocks it into space. Lookman! having a shot! Goal! Eintracht Frankfurt! And it's Eintracht Frankfurt who take the lead. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Eintracht Frankfurt have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
That's good vision. And it's Mario. That is headed... Oh, good effort! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Yildiz! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
That's it, 45 minutes up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. MacArthur currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. That gets us going once more.
MacArthur really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And he's picked it up out wide, and that is expertly dealt with. Foyt. MacArthur do have a chance to counter here. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Nemecha. João Mario. João Mario. And the pass is intercepted. Threads one in. Tries to pass it through. Yildiz! Lincoln with the clearance. Looking to play him in. Yamal has the space to scheme. Lincoln. Yamal needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Played out to the left flank. MacArthur still chasing a 1-goal deficit here. The ball swung in. And that's the keeper's ball. He's had a shot! Oh, what has happened here? João Cancelo. That has ended up in no man's land. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. João Cancelo. That's an imaginative pass. That is a great pick out. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, good climb! Well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he's being shifted off it. Foyt did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Rummenigge. Lincoln in acres of space out wide.
Eintracht Frankfurt clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Conte.
That was lovely, that.
He's got away. This looks promising. Schlotterbeck. Rafa Silva. Now it's Rafa Silva. Schlotterbeck defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Oh, that's a key interception. Now, can they get him away? Big chance! Another one of football's and how moments.
Unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Substitution on the field, number 10.
So changes afoot here, and from
number
both sides.
3, Felix Netscher. Number 25.
Chouameni changes him with that pass.
Coming on the field.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no
Real chance! It's off target and by quite a way. Nicely weighted ball.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Frimpong gets across to intercept that. Good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's a searching pass.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And we're done. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until the very end. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.